Now we have sound. Do we have sound? Sound. Is it working? Yeah. Now we have sound. There we go. All right, everybody. Welcome back. I see already there's a lot of guys inside there. And let me address drone worship real quick. No, it's not a sellout. It's not. It's just I had to include it because I have these things inside here that are sponsored by Skyfire Aerial. And I have the CEO and designer and maker today of the Skyfire Aerial as my special guest, who will explain how everything goes, how everything went with this development of this thing. And I wanted to announce that I have my giveaway video coming up tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow, the giveaway video will start of this Skyfire Aerial, also of this lift door. It took me a lot of time to make that video. Finally got my rendering rig done too. And I also will have a giveaway of the 650 watt power supply for all those guys that like to build rigs, which is also sponsored by Ares Gamer. And yeah, welcome back, everybody. I appreciate all of you guys coming by. Let me tell you guys hi, whoever I've seen here. I've seen earlier already Hot Rod in Daytona. I've seen Gabriel, aloha. Measuring grains and dinner is taking too long, he said. Then we have Bernie Seltzer and Drone Worship, Copy Jim, Yo Phelps, and Rocco. What's up, my man? So we have, let's see what's going on in the comments real quick. You guys are so fast already. I cannot even keep up. I deeply appreciate all of you guys. I wanted to give a shout out to Alex from Down Under, Australia. If you see this, thank you very much for your donation of $50 buying me coffee. And I really, really appreciate that. Let's see. Yo Phelps said, your October shots were great. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Yeah, I like those too. And there's a lot more where that came from. So is audio? Yeah, yes, sound is good. Okay. And what he has, as long as it's in your opinions and not their opinions, I'm okay with it. Yes, I always do that. Be aware of that. I turned down about 5 giveaways or 5 product reviews based on that. They were biased, so I didn't accept them. So I will not change my ways in that. And as you guys might see, we are finally in 1080p, guys. I got my wife to agree to pay more money a month to actually have a 1080p stream because I didn't like the 720. I mean, it was still good, but I didn't like it. So we have better audio, we have better video, and cool products. I mean, let's see, what else do we have here? Ken Steele, what's up, my man? We have Bad Tuna, aloha, my brother. My brother from another mother on the Outer Islands. Aloha, bro. Finally made it again to your election. That's 2 times in a row, my man. So, yes, today we have Johnny Trusdell. Johnny Trusdell is a person who reached out to me back then based on the Skyfire aerial that he has said that he worked on, and if I would be willing to review it. So the first time around that I reviewed it based on that it fits for the Autel Evo 1 and 2 controller. And all of you guys know most of the time, for all of you guys that watched my channel regularly, that I hated the controller as the way it was because it was flimsy in my hands, just the way these small handles are, because you were able to just literally push them inwards. The buttons of hell, A and B, I don't know, you guys can see these buttons of hell over here. Let me see. Let me close this tripod. So right here is the buttons of hell, A and B, and this mount has a button bumper plate that is integrated in this whole thing, which is super cool. It is super light. I like it, and I just I always put this tripod on. I don't know why, but I always put it on. But it has made my life with the Autel controller so much more better. It is technically seeing 2 screws, and from the first version when I reviewed it, it actually changed. There was a regular screw in here which required a Phillips screwdriver to put it in, and now it just has a thumb screw. So it has 1, 2 thumb screws in here to actually mount this controller on. So whenever I want to, I just unscrew this thumb screw in the bottom over here, which actually also helps me to store it better if I want to take the controller with me in the GPC case. So I'll just take that one off, and then I just loosen up this screw right over here, and I can take my controller out already. So now, of course, you no more the phone holder on this part, but at least you can pack this up into your GPC case. And then once you're ready to fly, if you are like me, where I pretty much plan ahead to fly my drone wherever I want to fly it, I plan my shots ahead. So I set up my stuff pretty much the same. I do my pre-flight inspections, take out everything out of my backpack, because usually I have that camera with me as well, because I do the vlogging part. And then I'm going to be ready to fly already. And sometimes I don't even put the thumb screw in there, but yeah, you can put just the thumb screw in. So it's 2 screws to mount this controller straight inside there. And I totally love this Skyfire aerial setup. And yes, so I'm just waiting for Johnny to join us backstage. As soon as he joins us over here, we will be able to determine, or we will be able to actually ask him questions about how it went, how his whole career went with this stuff. Johnny has been in the drone company, in the drone industry, since a long time. He actually has been doing mods back then for the Phantom 1 already, and was big inside there. So he has done a lot of stuff inside there. So let's see what's going on in here. We have the Skyfire setup is great. I love mine. It's indispensable now. Yes, I feel the same way. Mine's one is so much more better. Since, I mean, I love this controller. Now I totally love this controller. Before, I was a big no guy for this controller. I was like kind of like, oh, I hope they're going to bring out something that, better, like a smart controller. And then we have Hot Rod says, and it fits the Alien Tech without needing extenders to mount it. That's another thing. I don't have range extenders because I'm not that rich. But I would love to put on range extenders one of these days just to see the difference. But I heard a lot of good stuff about it. But these range extenders usually mount at the back ends over here, and they actually fit into the existing antennas that are in here. And as soon as they fit inside there, the antenna sits right in front of this. There, he has included in the deluxe version, I think, the most expensive part, like one extra mounting bracket for the bottom over here. And you can remove that, then you just have that L section. But I like the way it is just set up this way, the way they send it to me. And I have been using it ever since, guys. I have not changed my ways around it at all. So we have Doug Kepley, hello from Indiana. What's up, my man? Love your videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support. Good tip on that. I love my Skyfire too. I'm glad you picked one up, my man. I'm usually at work during the streams. Get me time off. Yeah, thank you. So Ken says the range extender will blow your mind. I believe that. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable of having my drone fly away that far. Like I always watch them, like Hawkeye watch them. So we have Bragg. You're rich in more important ways. Yes, I am, because I have all of you guys. So yeah, I'm just financially seeing. I pretty much invest all my earnings into this to make videos for you guys. I don't try to make a living or killing off of this. I have my own job, and I think that's the way to go on YouTube. I don't think I would like to be sponsored by anybody and just tell them, oh, this is so great, buy it, and it's total rubbish. I mean, it speaks for itself as a character of person, no? So, damn, Siri, bruh, what? Anyways, yeah, so I'm just waiting for Johnny for join us. He should be here in a little bit, and I hope that everything goes good with his invitation. I might just check everything. Let me check real quick if I can find him. If he wants to join us already, or if he might have had any issues joining. Let's see. He hasn't messaged me yet, and I told him earlier hi. So I'll just wait. We'll just wait for him. So I have worked hard on the. It's actually not a comparison video. I have the Poacher on the Loose is another viewer, just like you guys. He has sent me this lifter mount for the Autel controller, and I made a pretty cool video about it. It's called Me, Myself, and Mary. So that one will have these two not pretty much facing off against each other. Both of them has pros and cons. And I'm making a mess over here. Bad Tuna, what are you doing, my man? Thank you very much. I appreciate it, my brother. That's not necessary. You guys know that, right? If you guys want, buy me a coffee. It's $3. The link is in the description below of this video, I think. I put it already. So that video has both of these, and you guys going to be able to win both of these. One of this controller setup and one of this controller. The bad part about the Liftor is it only has a tablet one, so I haven't seen anything for like phone setup, because a phone does not necessarily fit in here. So I think the Liftor is pretty much like aimed to do tablets or whatever, unless I haven't played around with this enough. But I've tried, and my phone doesn't fit in there, so it's not working. So, but anyways, long story short, Skyfire Aerial is my choice to go with, and definitely one of the persons that we can thank for is Mr. Almighty Johnny Trusdell. What's up, my man? How you doing? Can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, I can hear you good. How about you?
All right, I can hear you, my man. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to join me over here and talk story about your awesome invention over here. That stuff that we all been using and we all bought. And how did you manage to even come up with it? I mean, what made you think of it?
Well, let me stop you for a second. Let me put my glasses on. And, when you get over 40, sometimes you need these date myself. How did we come up with this mount? That's what you asked me, right?
Yes, pretty much. Like, what was the idea behind it?
Well, like everybody else, I'm flying the drone. I'm not happy with the mount that's on the controller. I thought it was absolutely horrible. Me personally, I like to fly with my DJI Crystal Sky monitors. I usually use my 5.5, but I also have the bigger one, 7.85. And there's no way you're going to mount that thing on the thing, right? And the other thing I hated about that controller was how flimsy it felt. It's just this weird oval-shaped thing, and these handles are just like the weirdest thing ever. And I wanted some way to firm it all up, and I also wanted some way to securely mount, mainly for myself, my Crystal Sky monitor. But, that thing weighs a few pounds, so once you've mounted that, you can mount anything. So, it might as well be a product that might as well be available to everybody. So that's kind of where we start. And from there, you just keep, you get out the digital calipers, you start measuring, you start your prototypes. You use 3D printers to do the prototyping, and in some cases, some of the manufacturing. And before you know it, you got 3 shoe boxes full of plastic parts, and a year and a half has gone by.
A year and a half.
I was using them out right away. But, just because I come up with a version that I'm okay with, doesn't mean you can sell that version to everybody else. When you sell something, it's got to be polished. It's got to just be absolutely perfect. Me personally, I can live with a little deviation here and there. But if I'm going to sell a product, I want it perfect. And I wasn't ready to sell it for a long time. And then when I was, boom, we hit it. And it hit pretty good.
Yeah, I can say for myself, I have been using it ever since you actually made it. You send it to me after asking me if I want to review it. I was hesitant at first. I was like, I have never dealt with mounts. But then I was like, hey, why not give this guy a shot? And it was the best decision that I've ever made. I have been using it ever since. It's one of my go-to things, and I appreciate you supplying me with one of these. And like I said, I've been using it ever since. I have not been not using it. Plus, it makes a good impression on the client when you walk there. It just looks so much more professional, and you can just put it down like this, top star a little bit, and I don't know. It's just
and then you added that little tripod to the whole deal, which I never even thought of. I had a tripod mount, but I wasn't expecting somebody to have this cool little black tripod thing. I think I have one around here somewhere. But and everybody's like, wow, what's you got going on there? When you show up with a client, they really must wonder what the heck you're doing. You have that attached to it all the time, right?
Yes, most of the time, because it's easy. It's actually for my DJI Ronin SC, and I actually bought me another one because they're cheap. They're like $40, but they're super sturdy, and it's like, because they're so solid, and I have big hands, so it's easy for me. Just grab it like this and just walk around. My phone is securely clipped in over here. I have no problems with it falling out at all whatsoever. So I just upside down, whatever. I just walk around with it, unless I have the clips with the lanyard. But then you have something in front of you. So if you're talking to a client, and I use my hands a lot for some reason, so sometimes I whack my phone and it falls right out of the mount. This way, I open up the bottom. I just leave it on the table right there. When I'm ready to go, I just pick it up and I fly. And it's not even in the way. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's super in the way. I just close it up like this, and I'm walking around with this.
When that handle you have, when that opens up, it's quite a wide base, right?
Yeah.
But does it have a little adapter on the top of it, like a little tube that goes a little higher, or what's going on there?
No, it's just pretty much, if you take it off like this, it's just the base pretty much for the
really flat, right?
Yeah, it's just like that.
I bought one and it's exactly the same way. But for some reason, I thought it would open a little, not quite so much. I thought it would open about like that. And, but I thought it was awesome. I bought one for $8.
Yeah, I have another one which came with my Insta360, which is the mount to mount that selfie stick, so you can spin it in that bullet time move, and it's smaller, and it actually has a longer extension to the bottom here, and then it opens up. But it's not as sturdy as this one. This one is really solid, so it's perfect if you have tablets on the top. Like literally, there's like no way of moving this without, you know what I mean? Like it's not gonna move, at all. It's not gonna tilt over, not gonna hit your antennas, nothing. It's gonna be perfect. So I totally love it.
I'll tell you something else about my mounts, and I'm a little hesitant to say this because I don't want to in any way bash my competition. But I how I got the joint, where you adjust the joint, it only adjusts in one direction, and you can hand tighten it, and it tightens really tight, right? I can't stand mounts that use ram mounts because you're not looking at it from the side or from the back, and that's just one more thing to adjust. And I've never understood why people use that. And if someone likes that, that's great. But I make my mount the way I want it to be, and then I hope other people that like what I've done buy it. And that's why it's great to have a choice.
Yeah.
And the other big mount is a really nice product. I'm not gonna tell you it isn't. And then I've heard they support people real well. things I try to do, and it's just up to people to pick what they like better. I made it the way I wanted it to be, and I think it looks better. I think every part of it fits better. It works with that 4Hawks antenna. It works with that Alien Tech antenna, like without even any adapters. And I did that on purpose. I tried to make this thing work with every damn thing I could think of before I released it.
And we have this part over here, which people can buy, right? Separate. So it's like you turn it around this way, get the phone. This way around, get the smaller tablets. And then if you want to, you can pick up either the Crystal Sky mount, which you sell as well, right? And
no, I don't sell those. I don't sell any monitors. I just sell.
No, yeah, just the Crystal Sky mount, right? So and then and then we have this one right here, which is for the huge tablets. Like if you really have a huge tablet, you can put that inside it, and it's a one-time clip too. So it's not like you have to screw anything for a long time in the back. It's solid already as it is, and I like it. I really like it.
To be clear, those are just generic 40-20 tripod adapters. And I tried a lot. I found some that I like. I've got another one that you haven't even seen yet that actually fits the super huge 12.9 iPad. So I just kind of try to have an assortment available for people to buy from me. So then I've got to go get it from somewhere else. Just it's handier that way. And then if ultimately something I have doesn't work, maybe they or I can find something else. There's 1,000 mounts like that. And that's the beauty of the 40-20 tripod. It's industry standard, for connecting things.
So somebody asked, Ken Steele says, does the metal in the lift door interfere as opposed to all the plastic Skyfire? Any truth to that? I have had some people in my video, I think, of this review of this Skyfire that actually have said that the lift door had issues with it. This first version, I don't know if the second version is any different on the lift door. It does not allow you to play around freely with the antennas downwards this way. They are slightly bent to the side like this and open. You can't really put them down like you can with the Skyfire. So that's another thing that I liked about the freedom of this, where it's pretty much you stay like this. And if you don't have like a tripod like this one and you don't mount it anywhere else, and you can just put it down like this, it kind of acts like a protection for these antennas because they're kind of flimsy on the mounting base. So you don't want to damage any of those. But as far as I heard, some people said they did have interference with the lift door based on that it is made of metal. And this PTCG, is it PTC? No, what is it called? This plastic?
It's a PETG. It's
PETG.
PET is what they make Coke bottles and stuff out of, right? Well, they add glycerol for 3D printing, and it's just a really, it kind of looks like it's powder coated, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. And it I like the design because does this make this an assault controller? Because it looks tactical.
You've seen those new pieces I showed you that totally do look tactical.
Yeah. So
I might have some stuff manufactured a little bit differently on the next version. Back to the antenna thing. Of course, I make antennas for mounting brackets for 20 different controllers. On my Evolution 3D site, the Tranis controllers, Futaba, all those big names. I make mounts for all those things. And over the years, I participate in the forums and whatnot. There have had people wonder, okay, does metal interfere with your antennas? And sometimes it can. With the case of the lift door mount, I think that a lot of people are doing third-party antenna, and I think it moves it away from it a little bit. And I think it probably is no interference at all. But with the stock antennas, there very well could be. I don't know if there are. I've not tested because it's so close to a big chunk of metal. I don't know.
Yeah, so
I'd rather have
a couple guys actually wrote big paragraphs on that video. So if you guys want to go check it out, I can post a link in the description below, or actually in this chat. But yeah, some people have confirmed that the lift door actually had issues with their flying capabilities or the reception of it. So yeah, they had interference where the video was way more stuttery. It was different to fly, or the reception weren't as great. And I mean, I can't speak for it because I tried the lift door over here. I didn't really have any interference unless I was close to a car or building, but that's casual for me. Um,
Well, their version,
so
his first version of that mount was made out of something like polycarbonate that I believe he would bend,
mhm.
to get that shape. Well, the second version is all aluminum, right?
Oh, okay.
And it has aluminum. So there'd be radical difference whether his first version did or did not, versus the second version. They're totally different.
Yeah. So for people who purchased the first in the beginning, after release of my video of the review, which still had the screw over here with the Phillips, did you actually send afterwards the thumb screw in the follow-up, or you did? Yeah.
Well, initially, right off the bat, I got like 16 orders because of you, right? And it killed me to send that much stuff out that quick because these things take forever to make, for me to go through and tweak and make sure, I'm like chipping pieces of plastic off these things and running blower torches on them in certain areas to make them look perfect. And then, it's not just like the come out of machines ready to go. One of the things that happened was the joints with the carbon fiber material. I thought that as it turned, it was wearing on itself. This carbon fiber will wear on your nozzle in your 3D printer. It would make sense that carbon fiber on carbon fiber would wear those little grooves in the joint, right? So I actually sent those people, and I just sent them almost the entire mounts over because I had to redesign that one piece that goes all the way around the controller so that it had the different plastic on the top. You know how that little part's screwed on instead of like all part of it? So I literally sent all those people almost an entire new kit and new thumb screw that I figured out would make it easier to get the wing on and off without using a screwdriver.
Yeah, I totally love it.
The only thing I didn't do is I should have sent you a screwdriver. I saw that rusty old Phillips head you had.
Hey,
I almost
it works.
sent everybody a screwdriver. I really did. I went and bought like bulk screwdrivers. I was gonna send them to everybody, and then I like lost the bag somewhere.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, oh no, it's starting to rain now. It's crazy.
That cost me a ton of money too to send those out. Like 5 of those people were international, and it cost like because it was over 8 ounces, it cost $25 to send an international package, and I had to send it all twice, plus make the stuff twice. So I even closed the store down for 10 days just to get those people new parts. And I think that's the right thing to do, And everybody's been happy since. I haven't heard anybody tell me nothing is broken, no problems. That's good, right?
Yeah. So I have used it for, I would say, almost over 500 flights already ever since I got it. So,
Dude,
yeah.
How do you have 500 flights? I don't understand that.
I'm constantly in the air, like constantly. I as soon as I finish work, I head out and I take off and I fly around for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. On my way back, I see something, I pull over to the side, I take off and I fly for another 15 minutes. So I fly constantly as soon as the weather is not raining like right now. And we have been had rain since the last week. But
so when you look at your battery stats, like do your batteries have like 200 flights apiece or what?
I have some of them that have like 90 something cycles. I have some other ones that have almost 100. And one of them had 60 something. Autel was actually kind enough to change it out. I did the warranty on it because it's usually 1 year or 100 cycles. And after like 60 something cycles, she wouldn't hold the charge ready. So I got one brand new one. The Ford battery only actually had 25 cycles. So I don't know how that worked. But I guess I didn't use it all the time, all the way down. So I guarantee I used it more than 25 cycles. But hey, that's what I do. You know what I mean? I know already that the night before I charge up all my stuff and I look at the weather forecast. I'm like, oh, it might be good weather. I throw it all in the GPC case, throw my backpack in the back of my trunk, and then I go to work. As soon as I finish work, I'm out and fly.
I would estimate you fly 5 times more than I do.
Yeah, so
and I'm always flying.
Yeah, I'm always out, and this is pretty much my go-to drone. I have the Mini, which I take with me too now. She actually fits into my backpack like easy, and I have the second controller for it. And I use the Mini for the tight shots, or for the tight flights on certain spots where I don't want to risk the security of my Evo 2.
On a creek or something with little trees overhanging. you don't want to hit them, or it's awesome like inside a store to go through the aisles.
Yeah.
My
Well,
dad's got a big Napa store, and
uh-huh.
my shop's in the back. There, I rent some industrial space for him, and I go out there and hang out with the parts guys sometimes. And we fly that thing through the aisles and shit. You know, while I had it, I don't have it anymore. And it's the perfect drone for inside stuff, and the perfect drone for what you just said. You don't want a risky shot, right?
Yeah.
You know, and it's the perfect drone for if you're hiking, right? If you
Yeah.
don't want to take it
Yeah.
out with you.
So my backpack over there, actually, I take it sometimes for a couple of the walks when I have to park there and I have to walk further out. I actually take that backpack with me. Everything fits inside there. Both of my drones, Autel Evo 2, my camera, both controllers. It's just if you want to be really minimalist and you have like a fanny pack, hey, the freaking mini is going to fit inside there. Funny part was though that I flew the mini 5 times. On the 6th time, I clipped the wire and I had to fix it already. Arm broke.
Hey,
So,
by the way, this is my first live stream as a guest in anybody's thing ever.
well, welcome.
How am I doing?
Oh, you're doing great. I mean, all I can do is explain to people pretty much. I wanted people to see who's behind this genius contraption right here because this thing is awesome. It's like I really, really like it for the Autel Evo 1 and 2 controller. I mean, it's kind of good that Autel never changed their controller layout based on that from the Evo 1 to the Evo 2. And when the Evo 2 came out and this stayed. So it's versatile for both. And I think for the amount of time that you put in, you deserve to have that type of credit or that they actually reused the old controller design, not maybe the interior, but the outside, that it fits both controllers because can you imagine the Autel Evo 1 just is getting out and you come out with this mount and then they come out with the Autel Evo 2 and this mount is obsolete. You have to redesign it and make another mount, So that's why I think it's great. The versatility on both drones
lucky for
is
me,
great.
right?
So yeah, I mean I think you deserve the credit for it because it's definitely worth it. It's an amazing enhancement for this controller, and it made me love my controller. I hated my controller before, especially because of the A and B buttons. There's freaking buttons in the bottom. I kept pressing them. Yeah, I kept pressing them over and over and over, and I was like, bro.
Look at the close up of those button protectors.
Yeah, and it's like now it's like it feels so much easier because I can pretty much like finger around it, and then you just press the buttons, but you never press on one accident ever. Once you got this on, and it comes with the standard version of yours already, so that's alone worth it to just buy it in my eyes. I mean, if it's great, I can't say nothing negative about it. You know what I mean? And it's now that it's just two screws, this screw right here and the thumb screw, to just take the controller out, and I showed it earlier before you came, to just take off both of these, and there's not much time involved to set up this thing. It takes me, I think, longer to open up all the propellers and the arms of my drone than to take out this controller right here. You know what I mean? Like it just comes out just like this, and it's so cool, like so easy to just set up, and it's so worth it.
What are you using? You using your phone most of the time, or a tablet, or what?
I use my phone all the time because I don't like I said, I'm not the richest financially. I'm not the richest person, so I can't afford to have like a tablet or an iPad or a Crystal Sky mount or whatever. So I always use my phone. Like this, my S10 is my go-to phone. I use it with my parrot.
The way I paid for my Crystal Skies is I made mounts for them and then people bought them.
Yeah, I wish I only can make videos. That's all I can do. So, yeah, and but man, like I said, I totally love it. And like I said, it looks great too. When you come to clients and you start putting the controller into this thing, and then they're like, oh, they think it's part of it, which it is technically seen. It's not required, but it's part of it. And once you set it up like this, and the phone is inside there, and then you clip in your wire. And the best part is because this way I don't have to take my phone out of the case. With the old mount, the original, the glue started coming off in the bottom. Then once in a while, my phone just went while I'm flying like this, and I'm looking up, and then my phone go pop, and I'm like, and my phone hanging on the wire, and I'm like, oh no! So yeah, now that stuff does not happen no more. I can have my phone just like this and walk around with my phone. It does not come out. I love it. It's a genius thing right there. I have to tell you that. So what do we have here? We have, congrats, Johnny, you hit a home run with the mount. See, other people think that too. I have Julio. I have the S10 phone right here. That's just my phone to go to. Like I said, I'm not the richest guy, so I cannot buy a iPhone 11 Pro, 12 Pro, and the new S20. Oh, I think we just lost Johnny. Yeah, we just lost Johnny. No. Okay, well, I hope he'll return. If he does, then I'll pull him back in. But yeah, I hope I could give you guys a rundown on how this thing came about. And like, hey, he said a year and a half. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of work, man. So I think it's definitely worth it. If you haven't picked up one, consider picking up one. Not telling you should buy one, but it's gonna make your life so much better. I totally appreciate this mount, and I haven't used anything else. I have tried that lifter mount during the time of the video shooting and a little bit in between and before and after, but we have Jake's Drone Live in the house. What's up, my man? Yeah, I have the Julio asking which phone I have, and I have the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. That's the one that I had. Came with a Black Friday sale on Walmart, I think, back then. You got one gift card, so we bought Christmas gifts. And I think we got Johnny back, I hope. Did Johnny join us, rejoin us? There is Johnny. We lost you there for a second. Are you still there?
It was cutting out really bad, so I left and came back in. And,
okay.
Still being weird.
Yeah, so so far, like I said, this is the best thing. Other people have thought they have wrote inside here already that Bernie said, congrats, Johnny, you hit the home run with the mount. So a lot of people that purchased this mount, I have not yet seen anybody with a negative review on it or that they didn't like it. So I definitely think you did really, really great on this. As far as I'm concerned, I think you're making other mounts for other companies as well. Is that true?
Yeah, well, I heard what you said, but just so you know, I can't see it and you're cutting out on me. But yeah, I've got mounts for the whole line of Mavics. For I guess really in the drone market like that you're into, really just the whole line of Mavics, the Phantoms, Autel Evos. I haven't released the your Mavic mounts for under Skyfire aerial yet. The 2000 design is about done. But I've been selling it under my other brand, Evolution 3D, for.
Oh, there he goes again. He's probably using Wi-Fi or something. And some people just don't have really good internet. It took me 7 years to get really good internet over here. So I hope it works out now. There's Johnny again. Let's pull you back in. I know you have some issues with your Wi-Fi, maybe.
Yeah, so buddy, it's really bad now. I don't know. Call her a day, or should I try to do something here? I don't know. I can't even hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I heard you say something.
Okay, I'll try to say again. Nope, no sound. What's up, JB? How you doing, my man? Aloha.
No, I'm not.
Okay, let's hope that works out better. Does that work out better for you? Ooh, yeah. He's trying, guys. I deeply appreciate that he came, though. That was Johnny Trusdell. It was the what is he? The designer, maker, producer, creator? What do you call that? Or manufacturer of Skyfire aerial enhancement kit. And yeah, he has done really, really good. Get AT&T fiber. Yeah, I have actually oceanic cable over here. That's pretty much the best thing that we can get. So Hawaii's kind of like far behind everything all the time. So Anyways, yeah, I have, like I said, for all those people who came later, I have two big drops coming in. One is the giveaway of the power supply 650 right there, the Aris Gamer power supply, which is currently powering my streaming rig right here. We finally have 1080p on our live streams. And I have a giveaway for this mount right here, which is the Skyfire aerial mount for the Autel Evo 1 and 2 controller. And also a lifter mount, which is the first generation right over here, which is not bad. It's really cool. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thumb screws that you have to mount this controller in. And once it's set up and good, it's mainly for tablets. So, but both of these will be given away. This one is sponsored by Pocho on the Loose 720, who is a viewer, and I really appreciated that. And it took me a long time to make this video. It was a lot of filming, a lot of editing, but I finally got it done, and I totally love it. I actually like it. And then we have from Johnny Trusdell, who sponsored us a Skyfire aerial mount, which I also will be giving away in the very same video. So stay tuned for that. Both of those will drop tomorrow. Then I also have now the Skyread filters finally came in, which are $60 on Amazon right now. And I bought those. And those $60 ND filters are actually pretty good comparison to my ND filters. So I really like these. I tried them out. I made a good video of it. I had to do intermittently the video because we have rain, sun, and then pouring rain for a couple days, and then sun again, and then rain again for a couple days. So, but I finally got these. And there's Pocho. I just announced it. Pocho on the Loose right here, my man. This is the man that has sent us this beautiful mount over here. That's Pocho on the Loose. He made it possible for me to give this away to you guys as a thank you for me, I guess, for making this. So this is a giveaway based on him. It's sponsored by Pocho on the Loose, and I deeply appreciate that. Oh, 702, not 720. My bad. So it's Pocho on the Loose in the 702. There you go. Yes, Julio Morales, you do have to get a 650 watts power supply. It's actually pretty good. It's been running in this rig since the last 4 weeks, and it's been doing really good. So it's a very good power supply. It's very quiet. This microphone is super sensitive. So if you guys haven't been able to tell yet, but this microphone is super sensitive. It picks up everything from the smallest sounds. And my rig is right here. It has like 6 fans and the power supply on the bottom. Plus I have a tiny little fan, USB fan sitting right here to blow at me because sometimes it gets really hot in here. But yeah, it's really good. I'm kind of stoked that we have 1080p. There's also another video that I made, which is like a vlog, which I will be dropping. It's a vlog made with just my phone, just to show you guys you don't need super expensive equipment to do a YouTube channel. And I will be dropping that as well. So there's a lot of drops. Sorry the drops came in late. And we have Johnny came back. Hopefully he could figure out his stuff. Let's see. Johnny, there you are. Does it work better now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, how about me?
Yeah, it's good. I can hear you. I can see you. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was my internet. I just rebooted some things, the router and whatnot.
Okay.
I think.
For all those guys who came late, this is Johnny Trusdell, the maker of the Skyfire area mount right over here. And some people already said inside there that your mount is a, where did it go? Right there. Congrats, Johnny. You hit a home run with the mount. And so far, even on the forums, for everybody that I've seen, and I mean, me and you sometimes stumble over each other in the same forums, and you see a lot of guys that actually bought the Skyfire aerial mount, and it's really good.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything negative. And you know what? If you put out a negative product, people are going to destroy you.
Yeah.
You better put out a good product,
Yeah, but there's a lot of products out there where they just don't care. They just throw it out there. Hopefully people buy it, and that's it pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see people talking about certain mounts that I've owned, and even some of the Polar Pro stuff. And I'm like, I've owned that. I didn't like it. I can't believe you're so dedicated to the brand that all you do is about, hey, you got to buy this brand or that brand, or I don't know. I got to stop doing that. I just make my stuff the way I like it, as good as I can make it, and everybody has a choice what they're going to
Yeah.
buy. Right?
Pocho on the loose in the 702 says hands down the best mount he's ever bought. And then we have Jake's Drone Life. He says, do you have that mount for the Mavic Air 2 setup?
I got a pretty nice Mavic 2 mount that is really finalized. I'm going to try to hopefully release it within 2 weeks.
Sounds awesome.
It also allows you to mount a tripod on the back and all that good stuff. Yeah, I got every Mavic covered, probably even the new Mini 2, which apparently is not a Mavic, just the Mini 2. I get, as long as that controller is the same as the Mavic Air 2, I've got that mount covered as well.
That's great. So therefore, it would work for the Mavic Air 2 and the Mini 2.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah.
I'll probably have to find a guinea pig to send one to just confirm that before I sell it.
So do you have any projects planned ahead that you're working on currently that you might want to announce? Or?
There's always we're gonna have the Mavic mount Skyfire aerial version of the Mavic mount come out, which is gonna be technically version 4. I've been selling that on my Evolution 3D brand for a long time now. But everything under Skyfire aerial is more polished. They have better materials. For example, a guy like you live in, you're on the ocean, and salt's a big deal for you. So you want to make sure all the metal bits are stainless steel. And speaking of stainless steel, have you ever heard me say that mount has a metal endoskeleton?
Yes, you told me that. You said that there are like 2 longer screws that go somewhere in between, and
on the bottom, the whole length, there's 2 3.5-inch long marine grade stainless steel screws, and there's one that goes up on the back, and that's what makes that piece so strong. Even though it's plastic. But yeah, there is a little bit of metal in it, but nowhere near as much metal as the other mount.
But I have no problems using it though. There's no interference for me based on this mount.
A little trick I learned to make things stronger than they normally would be. If that was just 3D printed, it would snap. Well, it wouldn't during normal use, but if you were like, hey, I want to see if I can break this, and you could snap it. But now with those bolts in there.
Yeah. Well, this is not breaking on me at all, and I actually dropped it twice. And
isn't it amazing how solid it feels? Like even when you pull on the monitor.
Yeah, it's just like even if you have, like I showed it in the review, I borrowed my wife's little tablet, which is not capable of supplying any power to my stuff here because you can't hook it up. But just having that heavy thing on top, which is an Asus tablet, I think, and I had it on top of this, and I was just holding it like it feels so much better and feels solid. You don't feel like that your tablet is going to fall out of that mount and it's going to drop onto the ground, and then maybe like your iPad, the $1,000 iPad, just has a cracked screen because it fell out of your mount. So that's the good part about these type of things. It's just it doesn't give you that it's going to ever fall out. You know what I mean? So it's a lot more confidence that it gives you to fly your drone and to mount your equipment, I think.
Did I ever tell you the way that I usually fly?
The what?
The way that I usually fly is I usually sit in my big old Nissan Titan truck, and I bring the steering wheel down a little bit, and I rest my hands right on top of the steering wheel, and I fly from right in the truck. That's how lazy I am.
Wow.
But the best thing is I get great range, and nobody knows what I'm doing. Nobody bothers me.
Yeah, true. Well, I have not tried flying my drone out of the car because I always want to take a look at it when I fly, and I always walk around. I actually almost fell off the cliff the other week because I was like looking up like this and kept walking. And I'm like, oh, there's like a 25-foot cliff right there. And I'm like, okay, keep your eyes where you're walking. Don't walk and look up.
Do you get a lot of people coming up to talk to you when you're flying it?
Lately it has been more, but when I fly it, usually I wear one of my shirts that I made based on this channel, where in the back it says already, yes, it's a drone and all that stuff. It has the whole list rundown, and they usually read my shirt and they start giggling, and then they still approach me, but usually those questions are already answered because it says it's a drone. It can fly faster than 40 miles an hour. You know what I mean? And it has a 4 mile range. Yes, it's expensive, and no, you can't fly it. You know, so it's just they don't even ask anymore. But then they still approach me and it's like, oh, it looks like it's expensive, and I was like, yeah, it costs some money, you know. So it's nothing that I would just like drop out of the sky. So if you keep talking to me, I might crash it.
Now, see, here's what I usually do. You know, I'm on the St. Lawrence River. We got a lot of big ships coming through, right? So I watch the online tracker, and you know, okay, here comes a big ship, and we got this huge castle called Boat Castle. You probably saw it in one of my videos. It's right in my hometown. So I go down there and park. Castle's right in front of me. Here comes Mr. Ship. It's a 1.5 mile down river. I'll fly the drone to it full speed. I'll take a bunch of different shots, and I'm flying around at like 90 miles an hour, and stopping and taking pictures, and stopping to take pictures, and finding different angles. And then I like to get a little bit of video too. And then by the time I've screwed around for a while, we've gotten to about where I am, and it's right in front of me, and I'll do the same thing. And then I'll follow the damn thing another 1.5 miles down the river, and by the time I'm done, the battery is about done, and I've got like 1 million pictures and also video of the ships, right? So my goal is to get there's thousands of ships. There's these people that all they want to do is watch these ships. They call them the ship watchers, and they'll buy anything. So there's going to be a book about the ships, and there's going to be a video with all the ships, and that's kind of like one of the things I do. I'll be in my office, and I'll be like, oh, there comes another one. And I'll get down there, and I'll do that, and I try to do it as fast as possible, because, you know, I got stuff to ship out, right, and parts to make and everything else. So that's kind of my gig. I'm like the maniac ship drone
photographer.
Guy.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do it. There's no rules against it. I don't get like right up to their wheelhouse or anything like that, but I'm gonna get them shots while I can get them.
Yeah. One of these days, I got to go out and see if I can catch one of the cruise ships that goes out. There's a couple of areas that I might be able to go from the coastline because they go along the coast. A lot of times, there's areas I can't fly that drone because there's also the airport next door. But as soon as they pull out of the harbor and they come out of the brick wall and they pass towards I think it's the south or east side.
You got a lot of restrictions there, don't you?
Yeah, I have a lot. I try to stay within the limitations. I don't try to be necessarily that one guy like that Hernandez dude from like 2 months ago who crashed a drone into a LAPD helicopter and lied about it or didn't say anything about it. So I don't want to, because if you are just that one guy like him, you're going to be messing it up for everybody else who's watching you. So you don't want to be part of that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And especially when you make videos like this, and I have grown a small fan base, which I deeply appreciate, and I don't want to mess them up. You know what I mean? So we have DOB over here. He says, almost pulled the trigger on the Mavic Mini 2, as I think it would be a great drone to throw in a backpack while hiking. But then again, I have an Evo 1 that I could throw in my backpack. Yeah. Mini 2 is the big hype right now. So I think I'm going to take a look at that. And yeah, we'll see what the future brings on the Mini 2. And yeah, Mini 1 has served me well. It's just I don't see myself using it all the time. Now with the Mini 2 is a different story because I film a lot in 6K with this bad boy, and I just downscale it to 4K. But the Mini 2 itself comes already with 4K, and it kind of reminds me of my Parrot, and I used to love my Parrot, and I had 1,000 flights with that Parrot. So after I think it was like 8 batteries or 9 batteries that I went through, but I totally loved it.
You beat the hell out of that thing.
Yes, I did. I broke like 3 arms, and I redid it, and I sank it twice in the ocean, one in the ocean, one in a pond, and it still flies. You know, now the gimbal is just not working anymore, and I'm actually currently charging its battery because I just used it earlier just to play around because it's raining, so I have to fly it indoors or over here, and I just like to fly drones. That's pretty much what it is. But
one of the things on that Mavic, we got to stop using that word Mavic. Mini 2. I don't think it's true 4K. I think it's upscaled 4K. I could be wrong about that.
Oh,
one of the things, like when I heard it was coming out, I was like, all right, maybe I'll buy this. I had the first one, right, and I sold it. But the deal with me is, you know, I'm a landscape aerial photographer. I'm looking for the killer sunset shots and everything else. I'm not going to, if I got 2 drones with me, I'm going to stick the best one with the best camera up. Because you only got that moment to get that shot. And the Mini 1's got a 12 megapixel camera, I believe. The Mini 2, they didn't improve on the still camera. You know, you can do raw photos, but it's still 12 megapixels. And for me, as a professional landscape photographer, that kills it. You know, I'm going to stick the best drone up. You know,
Jake says no. It's true 4K. He said.
Yeah, and I stand corrected. That might be.
So yeah,
but the camera's 12 megapixels, right? Jake,
yeah, I think so. I think it's 12 megapixel. I haven't looked at the stats, so it's just
still an awesome drone. I mean, the Mini 1 was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to just fly it around my office when I was taking a break just to entertain myself. It's so still.
It's a solid drone for that size. I totally love it. And somebody else just wrote inside here that there was a video that he posted. He posted a link, and I think it was Julio Morales, and he said that the drone actually held up against 55 miles per hour winds, which is the Mini 2. So that's a 200 sub 250 drone that holds up against 55 miles per hour winds, which is pretty damn good. And then with the new OcuSync 2 that I think they use, you have more range. So it's, hey man. Yeah, we'll see what the future brings. Jake says it's a small sensor. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sensor size sometimes makes a huge difference. That's why I went with the Pro on this one.
I can live with a small sensor on the little drone, because during the day it doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right, guys, we hit almost an hour. I deeply appreciate that you came and joined us and explained to us how you made this bad boy right here. I deeply appreciate also that you sponsored one for the giveaway video for everybody to watch right now. So
giving one away.
Yes, there will be a giveaway, and the drop for that one will be tomorrow. So I hope you're standing by. If you want, I can send you the link to it as soon as it's popped out. And it's actually just waiting for it's uploaded already. It's just waiting for the scheduled release. So that's all it is.
Oh, one thing I did want to say. One of the things I like. I love my customers. Doesn't matter if they're international, U.S., whatever. But I personally have a sense of pride that I'm, producing a product that I make in the USA, and I get as much of the product from the USA as I can. I mean, there's a couple weird little metal bits that I have to unfortunately source from China, but I personally, bring back manufacturing to your own country. To me, is something I try to do. And that's cool.
Skyfire Aerial Enhancement Kit made in the USA.
Well, thanks, Andy.
All right, my man. You take it easy. Thank you very much for coming.
You're my brother from another mother.
All right. Aloha, my man.
Aloha.
Johnny Trusdell, everybody. Johnny Trusdell. Nice guy. And super smart, man. When I talk to him about this kind of stuff, he's super intelligent. He puts a lot of effort into this thing. And, man, I can tell you, this thing is great. I have not used anything else besides that. Yeah, I used the Liftor, but not a big fan, to be honest. I totally dig this Skyfire thing. He has shown me some pictures of the Mavic mounts for like the controllers and stuff. And he said that, hey, he's looking forward to hopefully promote those as well. Hopefully I can be part of that. I really dig this. If you guys haven't gotten this Skyfire area yet, I really dig it. Look into it. Check out my video. I posted it earlier. Let's see. I can post the link again. I hope that's the link right here. So that's the link right over here with the review of this mount. And now in that review, you're going to have that this wing or the mount over here, that clip at the end was back then was still mounted with a screw, with a Phillips screwdriver. Now it has a thumb screw, so you can literally just unscrew it with your fingers. You don't need no tools to put this controller inside there, except for needing that flat tip screwdriver to take off the original mount off the controller. But other than that, man, I tell you, this thing is so good. It made me love this controller, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this live stream this time. I've seen a lot of guys inside here. Ricardo Montalban, you ain't living until you hack your drone and chase police helicopters in a new fly zone. Well, I'm not quite sure about that. We just had that big news about drone crashed into a LAPD helicopter 2 months ago. What is his name? Hernandez? Aaron Hernandez, whatever. And he is one of the guys that just messed it all up, especially right before remote ID decision by FAA. So I hope that does not take in effect any of that stuff. So it's really, really, I'm kind of like scared for that right now, because that hits the headlines and they're going to look at everybody who owns drones like that they are just as dumb as that Hernandez guy. And I hope that's not the case, man. I really hope that's not the case. But I appreciate all you guys coming by. Batuna, thank you very much for your $20 donation. If you guys do love what I do, please check the description below. You can buy me a coffee inside there. It's $3 for coffee. Follow the link on that one. I actually got word back from Autel about the giveaway that I announced earlier, where I asked Autel Evo 2 or Autel Robotics if they would be willing to have a giveaway of an Autel Evo 2. Unfortunately, my sub count is not big enough for that. I understand. But the good part is they actually invited me to join their affiliate program, which I signed up for. So hopefully I get accepted for that. And if you do see affiliate links in the description below, it does not cost you any extra, and it's going to help support this channel. Other than that, I appreciate you guys all coming by, everybody coming by. Yes, it would be Kona coffee and coffee in general over here, because I only buy local coffee. And I really, 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 really appreciate all of you guys coming by. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I would like to thank Johnny Trusdell for coming by and taking his time out of his day to tell us a little bit about how long it took to make this and what it's made out of. And I hope you guys had a little bit better understanding on what this mount is all about. Plus, I was able to show it in that live stream, in our new 1080p live stream. So, appreciate you guys all. Don't forget, COVID-19 is still out there to get you. I know restrictions are there. Some other countries are going back into a lockdown. So it's like, what, lockdown number 3 or 4. And I think there's a crazy movie coming out too from Michael Bay, something about Songbird, whatever, which has to do with like 213 weeks of lockdown. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, look up the Songbird trailer. Besides that, don't forget, COVID-19 is still out there to get you. Be a nice human of all of it. Wear your mask, wash your hands. Love you all, everybody. Aloha, everybody.